Aloha and welcome to Tell Us More. I'm Neaulani.kuamoo-peck with eXp Realty and my associate is
Karen.schleif.
Together we're pleased to present Reina Miyamoto from Hawaii HomeOwnership Center. I've known Reina for a few years and I want her to be able to tell you guys all about what they do. All yours, Reina.
Oh, thank you. Well, as you know, the Hawaii HomeOwnership Center is a nonprofit organization. We've been around since 2003 with a mission to support more first-time buyers in Hawaii to attain a home of their own. We think that having a safe and stable home is super important for families to be able to thrive in Hawaii. And we found that even though we do have a challenging housing market, as you guys can attest to, that through education, understanding buyer assistance programs and basically how mortgages work, people can actually get into homeownership sooner than they think, even if they're low income.
You know, a lot of times that's something we come across with working so much with first-time homebuyers is they have no clue what they can afford or if they can afford. And so we refer them to the lenders, and oftentimes the lenders will let us know that, well, they need to do a few things, fix their credit. That's when we refer them to home ownership centers so they can get educated on what they need to know to be eligible to buy a home, right?
A lot of times people also have this preconceived idea that's been on for a long time that they need 20% down.
Yes.
And in Hawaii, 20% down is a lot of money. You're talking hundreds of thousands, and it's really hard for people to save hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And it is a fallacy, isn't it? That people don't always need 20%.
That's right. There's some mortgage products that allow you to buy with no down payment. Of course, you need to understand what that entails, right? But even 3 or 5% down payment is a lot in Hawaii or in general, right? So you're absolutely right that we meet a lot of folks that still think 20% down payment is required.
And so a lot of times they don't even want to ask. Even if you send them to a lender, you can introduce them. And when it comes to finances, I notice people are it's embarrassing, especially when you think you don't have enough. But if they live somewhere like in Alabama or something, they would be rich, right?
Right? Or Texas.
Right. But I didn't realize the home ownership center has so many different products. And I've also heard that the education, if you follow your budgeting or what you teach them, that people have actually been able to buy a second home if they keep with that discipline.
Yeah,
is that true?
Absolutely. I think that if they come back to us, because we offer a lifetime membership of services, so even after people buy a home, they can still come back and maybe take the class again, or if you have supplemental workshops, meet with one of our staff. All of that's included in the lifetime membership. So we just want to make sure that if people are going to go into like a landlord type of situation, they kind of take a look, walk down the road, make sure that it's sustainable and affordable, that they've kind of considered how that fits in to their long-term plans, and maybe even the pros and cons of being a landlord. There should be some pitfalls to that as well.
I did not realize you have that, because I know people that have money and want to buy investment properties and this and that, and they have nobody to ask. And sometimes it's just a matter of sitting down and just doing the numbers, right?
And it's just a third party having to talk through what are the ramifications of making this decision. What are you giving up if you're going to be doing that? What are a lot of times I think we meet people, I'm going to be a landlord and I'm going to become rich. And we're like, well, you need to kind of take a look at that, right?
Well, that's reality, right?
It might not happen.
It might not happen. I've been a
right.
landlord, yes.
Until you sell the property, maybe it'll happen then.
Actually what we'd like you to do is stick around, because we're going to have another part to our discussion where Reina's going to go into more details about how you can qualify to join Hawaii HomeOwnership and what they can share with you to help you meet the goal of buying your own home. So for now, this concludes part 1. Thank you so very much for being here with us, and we'll see you in part 2. Aloha.
Aloha.